Media and Crime presentation by Carolina Leon. Explain your knowledge development of intellectual growth about the influence of mass media on the perception of crime and deviance. The newspaper, TV, newspapers, social media, and other media have a big impact on how people see crime and bad behavior. The media can decide what crimes to talk about and how to talk about them. If certain crimes are shown a lot, it can make people think those crimes happen more often than they really do. Only certain crimes or focus on extreme. Media can choose to talk about only certain crimes or focus on extreme cases. This can make people think some dangers are bigger than they really are and ignore others. Does mass media create unwanted levels of fear of crime in society? Discuss the issues, institutions, and their connections, historical and contemporary, that influence fear of crime perception. Explain your analysis using research from required readings and other sources to support or contradict your viewpoint. Yes, the news and media can make people more scared of crime. They often show dramatic or sensational crime stories because those get more attention. When they repeatedly report on violent or shocking crimes, it might make it seem like crime happens more often than it really does. In the article, examining the relationships between media consumption, fear of crime, and support for controversial criminal justice policies using a nationally sample by Matthew J. Dolliver, talks about how what people watch in the media, especially violent stuff, can make them more scared of crime. The article talks about a theory that says if you watch more TV, especially violent shows, you might start believing that what's on TV is real. Some shows and news can make people scared of crime. How do the perception of crime reinforce social labels and stereotypes? Explain the issues, institutions, and their interconnections, historical and contemporary, that influence deviant social labels and stereotypes. Provide examples and justify your response with supporting evidence. In the article investigating the relationship between social media consumption and fear of crime, a partial analysis of mostly young adults by Jonathan Introvia, the passage discusses the relationship between media consumption, particularly social media, and fear of crime. It highlights the existing literature on fear of crime, the impact of media consumption on this fear, and the unique characteristics of social media that may contribute to individuals' perceptions of crime. The article highlights the importance of understanding how media, especially social media, contributes to individuals' fear of crime. It acknowledges the existing literature on media effects on fear while emphasizing the need to explore the impact of social media consumption given its unique characteristics and increasing prevalence in society. What are the most important ideas, concepts, or research presented in the articles? In the article Construction of the Crack Mother Icon by Tracy Carpenter, she discusses how stereotypical representations of African American people and culture contribute to a mythology that shapes mainstream consciousness. It highlights the perpetuation of distortions and omissions in literacy and cinematic portrayals, reinforcing notions of black pathology. In the article Falling Away into Disease, Disability, Deviance Narratives in American Crime Control by Matt Sale, the passage discusses the relationship between perceptions of crime, social labels, and stereotypes, particularly in the context of cognitive disabilities. The passage highlights how popular narratives often link criminal behavior to cognitive disabilities such as Asperger's syndrome or mental illnesses. For example, the media's portrayal of Adam Lanza's Asperger's syndrome after the Sandy Hook shooting reinforces stereotypes despite evidence suggesting that individuals on the autism spectrum are not more likely to commit serious crimes. Discuss which theoretical perspective best describes the influence of mass media on the social perception of crime and deviant behavior. Symbolic interactionism, particularly labeling theory, provide a comprehensive framework for understanding how mass media influences the social perceptions of crime and deviant behaviors. By assigning labels that impact both individual self-concept and social reactions, labeling theory, a key component of symbolic interactionism, explores how society assigns deviant labels to individuals, influencing their self-concept and behavior. In the context of mass media, the portrayal of certain individuals or groups as deviant or criminal contributes to the labeling process. Mass media, including news outlets and entertainment, often magnifies specific incidents or individuals, labeling them as deviant or criminal. This labeling can have profound effects on public perception, shaping how individuals are viewed within society.